What's up guys, my name is Adam aka Drone Dad, and I'm going to make this quick. In this video I am going to tell you what I loved and didn't love about the Galaxy Z Fold 4 by Samsung. And with that being said, as you're watching this, I sent it back. I got rid of it. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what I liked about it and what I didn't like about it. Let's not waste any time. Let's get on into it. Let's go. So before I tell you the reasons why I'm getting rid of the phone, I'm going to tell you the reasons that I love the phone and that I have not given up on foldable phones just yet, just for now. The first thing I love about the phone, and I believe everybody who's had a foldable phone is going to agree with me here, is the multitasking. I loved having multiple apps open at the same time because I'm a busybody and I'm always doing something. I always loved having YouTube, Facebook, weather, messaging, whatever going on at the same time. It was really helpful for me. I loved being able to watch something while I'm reading something at the same time because, hey, it's 2024, our attention spans are about this big. You need a screen that you can do multiple things on. I don't want to keep going back and forth between apps. Along the same lines of that multi-screen and the multitasking is driving. I would drive with the phone open. That way, half the screen would be for the map so that I knew where I was going with GPS. And then the other half I would have Messenger in case my wife or somebody, a coworker messaged me. And then of course I would have YouTube or the YouTube music or something like that going so that I could listen to something, watch something as I'm driving. Not watch, you know what I mean. We're not trying to get anybody in trouble, okay? And then again, making this real quick, the other thing that I loved about having a foldable phone, specifically the Z Fold 4, was when I fly my drones, it was so nice to have that big screen to view it on. I haven't pulled the trigger yet and bought an iPad or a tablet to use while flying my drone, and I didn't have to whenever I had a foldable phone because it became its own tablet. So I really enjoyed being able to see so much more real estate on my screen when I was flying the drone. Before I get into the reasons why I didn't like the phone and I'm getting rid of it, please go ahead and hit that like button if you like this video so far. Hit the subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I've taken a little break, but now I'm back to making videos, and I want to hear from you what you want to see, what you like, what you don't like, what other kind of tech you like. But anyway, I don't want to belabor that point too much. Let's get into the reason that you're actually here. Why did I get rid of my Z Fold 4? One of the things I did not like about the Z Fold 4 was whenever you're typing on the actual front, you have it closed, you're typing on the front, that was a kind of a smaller screen, and of course you need a case because why wouldn't you protect an $1,800 phone? So I had a case on it, and those little ridges from the case made it very difficult to type on the keyboard on the front screen, you know what I mean? So sometimes there was things on the edge of the screen that I would try to click or tap on, and you just couldn't do it. So sometimes you'd either have to, like, you know, I'd have a plastic case, so I'd kind of move the case over so I could tap it, or you just miss what you were trying to type. And it got a little annoying. Sometimes I just got so frustrated, I'm like, forget it, and I just open it up and type on the open screen. But sometimes you don't want to have to do that. That's one of the reasons. That's a very minor thing. I often just didn't care. I was fine with having to open it or whatever. So again, that is the smallest reason that I would get rid of it. But it was just something that I hope that they improve upon on later models. The second one, the entire time having that phone, I was scared to death of dust. I remember we just moved into a house that we just built, and I remember coming out here whenever it was just dirt and dust. They had just dug out the basement, and I accidentally dropped the phone. I had it out. I was taking pictures of the property as they were clearing it, and I dropped the phone in the dirt, and it was all dusty because it was summertime. It was dry. And I was so panicked that I just killed the phone, and that within the next week or so, a piece of granular dirt and dust was going to slowly make its way into a hinge and destroy the phone. I really wish they would find a way to make it dust proof as well as waterproof. So it has the water rating and it's great, but just that any little microscopic piece of dust and your phone is toast. So that's another reason why I was definitely scared to have the phone, and I would like for that to be fixed before I go back to another one. Will I wait until they figure it out? Who knows? But for now, that was definitely a reason why I didn't like the phone. Now, before I tell you the final and biggest reason why I got rid of the Z Fold 4, if you want an actual full review, I actually have a video over here. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right there. Go ahead and click on that if you want to see what I actually thought of the phone in total. Again, this is just a real quick down and dirty reason of why I kept the phone and why I'm getting rid of the phone. By far the biggest reason and the main catalyst for me sending back and trading out my Z Fold 4 was the fact that I now, for 2 times in a row, having a foldable phone, had firmware updates crash the phone. So let me tell you a little story. I had the Z Fold 3. Now, if you didn't know, a couple years ago with the Z Fold 3, T-Mobile had an update that crashed a lot of foldable phones. The Z Fold 3 in particular, for whatever reason, it took it out. So for a couple of weeks, I thought that there was something wrong with it, but I wasn't sure. It would work at home, but then it wouldn't work away. I had no cell signal is what it was. So if I wasn't home on my Wi-Fi, I would leave and poof, I had nothing. So obviously you can't live your life like that. I brought it in, and T-Mobile told their customers, if somebody comes in with this issue, break their contract, give them a new phone, but not a foldable one. So at that point, I went on to get the S21 Ultra. I loved the phone. I have another review of that one on this channel. It was an amazing phone, like light years ahead of everything before it. But I wanted that foldable phone again. So after a year and I was up for an upgrade, I saw the Z Fold 4 had come out, and I said, surely they figured it out. I'm not gonna have an issue like that. So I traded in the S21 Ultra, got the Z Fold 4, and fast forward almost to the day, 1 year later after I get the Z Fold 4, it happens again. This time it was not a T-Mobile issue. This time it was a Samsung issue. A Samsung firmware update crashed my Z Fold 4's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So I have no Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, so I'm using up my data constantly, which you have unlimited with T-Mobile, but it's not really unlimited because they slow you down, you know what I mean? Here I was eating up all my data within a few days because I'm a pretty heavy user. I use it for a lot of Netflix, YouTube, things like that. It's heavy. So I cannot not have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And a lot of times for work, I need it. I need to be able to connect to Bluetooth. So I called Samsung, and they had me go through a bunch of different things, clear your cache, blah, 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 blah. Reset the phone, actually factory reset it, and it still didn't work. So finally, we've done everything we can. Finally, T-Mobile said, well, we can get you a new phone. It's gonna be a few days because it's still under warranty. You can go ahead and send it in. We'll send you another foldable phone. It's gonna be 4 days till we get it. We're kind of on back order. So I don't know if you're like me, but if you're gonna make me wait 4 days for a phone, I know that sounds childish, but if you're gonna make me wait 4 days for a phone, when I finally get something, it better be new. So I kind of felt cheated that I was gonna wait 4 days for something that I already had. So because of that, I said, forget it. I have an upgrade coming. So I said, go ahead and trade this in, take it away from me. And then I got the S24 Ultra, which is what I have now. Now, I'm going to be working on a review of that. I've only had for the S24 Ultra for a little bit now. Once I get to actually go put it through its paces and see how it performs, I'm gonna have another video for that. So if you wanna see that, don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already. But long story short, that is where we're at. That is why I got rid of my Z Fold 4. Now, like I said before, am I done with foldable phones? No. I think it's still new. They're still testing things out. And I still think that foldable phones are still, they're becoming more popular, but they are still kind of niche. They're kind of a gimmick still a little bit. Not very many people have gone over to them. So I think that with time and they have more users, I think more manpower and more brain power are going to be used for these firmware updates and software updates that aren't going to crash these phones. So I have not given up faith. I still think that a perfect foldable phone is very close on the horizon. It just, for me, wasn't the Fold 4 or the Fold 3. In a nutshell, that's where we're at. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Have you ever had any issues with your foldable phones? And tell me what, if so. And don't forget, if you haven't, hit the like button. I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.